Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehash Designs, and I'm just here to do a little craft along with me. I'm working in this Shabby journal that we had put together quite a few videos back. Anyway, I just thought I would turn on the camera and have you kind of join me if you want to. I have really no clue what I'm going to do. I don't necessarily have a plan. I just, like I said in a previous craft along with me, I just kind of go through the pages and then look where I might want to put something, and I'll skip 10 pages and hit a page, and I'm not sure. I put things in my journal that I may want to do and kind of scatter it throughout the journal so I don't have like things next to each other, and I'll just shove them in the pages. That doesn't mean that I absolutely am going to do that, but there's just a chance. It just gives me an idea of not having the same kind of elements in each signature. Like I have two signatures here, and I don't necessarily like to put the same thing in the same signature. So anyway, today I think I've got a few little bags in here that I want to put in and decorate, and I thought I would do that today. And of course I may see something else and change my mind. I don't know. So okay, let's see. Where was I going to start? Oh, here we go. So I have this little, it's just a little thin little bag. And I thought that would look good either on that page or maybe this page. I'm not sure. I think it actually looks better on the coffee dyed one. And I'm going to decorate this up a little bit before I put in there. And then I think I'm going to decorate this guest check to put in here. And this guest check I think I just got at Walmart. I think these little bags, gosh, I don't even remember where I got those. I really couldn't tell you. I may have gotten them at the craft store. I'm not really sure. But they're not expensive. And then these doilies, I don't think I got these at the dollar store. I think I bought a pack of a variety off of Amazon. So, and it was quite a long time ago, but I think I'm going to use these elements and then put that there and kind of zhuzh that up a little bit. So anyway, that's what I think I'm going to do first. So I hope everybody's having a good day. It's still morning where I'm at. My husband is just kind of toiling around downstairs, and we haven't really started our day. But he is probably gonna start moving around pretty soon and doing stuff. So I figured I'd get this in, get a little bit of crafting done, so that I can do some other things during the day. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I could stay in here all day. Would not bother me a bit. I stop every once in a while to go eat, go to the restroom, but I could be in here all day and it just would not bother me. So, and sometimes I have done that, especially on really gloomy days. But today it looks like it's going to be actually pretty nice out. So I may do a few things outside. I think take my dog to the dog park. She'll be happy. Okay, so I kind of dirtied that up a little bit, or antiqued it up a little bit. And I'm not doing anything earth-shattering here. Probably not going to teach you anything new. I have a lot of newbies, people that are new to junk journaling, and I think I've said in other videos, what prompted me to even go on YouTube was I had multiple people. I'm head of a craft group, and I teach different types of crafting, and I just had I was trying to show people how to do a multitude of different things, but boy, I'll tell you, they just gravitated to junk journaling, and like oh, you wouldn't believe. And so all of them were asking me, you know, how do you do this and how do you do that and how do you come up with that? And I thought, oh my gosh, there's so much information, and I am certainly not an expert. And I did tell them all to go on YouTube, watch videos, whatever, but they wanted me to do some lessons, and I'm doing this in conjunction with actual in-person lessons, tutorials, because, you know, it's really hard in an hour or two to kind of go over everything so that they can refer back to it. And I will definitely tell you that I'm certainly not an expert at anything. This is just my process. This is how I do it. Everybody is going to come to their own way of doing things, and if you're anything like me, I turn on the television and I'll watch one video after another, and half the time, you know, and I'll get ideas and I'll take them and tweak them, and, you know, half the time I can't even remember what I've seen and who I've seen it from. So like I've said before, if I can remember who I saw something from, or if it's a direct, you know, copy of what somebody's been doing, especially if it's recently, I will definitely give them a shout out. But I very rarely do things exactly like someone else, and it's not that I'm trying not to copy them. It's just that, you know, you just have a different take on things on your own. So anyway, okay, so I've kind of dirtied that up again, or antiqued it, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to put this doily on it, and from there I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put that on there. Let me think. What other things do I have to put on there? Need a focal point of some sort, right? Let us see what I have. I think I want to put that on there. Hold on, let me look. I guess I could have kind of thought this through before I turned on the camera, right? But nope, I did not do that. Okay, let me see what I got. I have all this stuff up here. I think maybe I'm going to put something like that there. Oops, sorry, did not mean to hit the camera. This is kind of how I do it. I just have stuff all over, and a lot of it is just what I grab. I mean, I don't know that I have a set process, or, you know. I kind of know the look that I'm going to go for, and I kind of, in my head, know the point that I'm trying to get to, but I don't always know the vehicle that's going to take me there, like what I'm going to use or not use. Or okay, so if I put that there, it definitely needs more than that, that's for sure. But let me ink this up a little, and maybe it'll give me inspiration. So anyway, I hope this is not boring people to death, but I do need to work on this journal and get it done. I am probably going to try tomorrow to start my Valentine's journal, and get that done before Valentine's Day. I don't know, I think I've said this before, I don't really sell my journals. I just, most all of them I've given away as gifts. I keep some for my tutorials, you know, my classes that I do for examples. But for the most part, I don't sell them. I did sell some at Christmas time because some people were requesting, you know, that I do that or make them some. And I think I said before that that was really a lot harder than I thought, because well, you know, you're doing a lot of stuff at Christmas time, and I'm like, it just, you know, I committed to it, and I did it, but boy, I don't think I would ever do that again, because it was just so much work. So much work. And I have done crafting a lot, and I try really hard not to overcommit myself, because I did craft fairs and stuff, and just all sorts of different things. And the thing is that you will just burn yourself out. You know, maybe I'll put that in there. Let's see. Nah, the square one looks better. You'll burn yourself out if you don't watch it, if you start selling things and doing custom orders and all that kind of stuff. I never had a problem selling my things. What I had a problem with is I would sell out of a lot of the stuff that I would make. Maybe not so much because I was good, but maybe I was selling it too cheap. I don't really know. But anyway, my thing is that I could sell everything that I made very easily, and that was fine, and it was great. But the problem was, maybe that looks good. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. That looks kind of cool. So, you know, I got kind of burnt out because I felt like everything was a production line, and I'm trying not to do that again. I'm trying not to put myself in that situation because, I mean, I just got burnt out. And I think at Christmas time, that's kind of what happened to me. I got to the point where I had tried to do so much in such a short period of time. You know, in addition, you know, how it is, you're doing all your Christmas stuff and trying to get all that done. So it was just a lot, and I probably should not have committed myself that much. And anyway, see, why did I ink that up? You're not even going to see it. So that is kind of my thing on selling. I probably will get to a point, if I continue to do YouTube, to where I sell a little bit, because I'll probably be making so much stuff that I couldn't possibly give them all away. And plus, you know, I'm going to run out of people to give stuff to, and let's see. I may want to recoup some of my cost, but I don't normally sell my stuff. Most of it, and a lot of people have asked me to make them journals, and I don't know, I feel like I have kind of an obligation to those people first. But I don't know that I want to get into custom orders either, because I did do that at Christmas. And of course, the person that I did them for, she was wonderful and let me do whatever I needed to do, but I still kind of had a, you know, I was still trying to make it so that she would like it. And I like to make my journals so I will like it. I know that kind of sounds a little weird, but I mean, I want to like it. I want to enjoy doing it, is what I guess I'm trying to say. And if I try and make it, you know, for someone else, I guess I don't have the free, you know, reign to do it the way I want it. And if I do sell them, I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it the way I like them, and if someone likes it enough to buy it, then I guess, you know, that's probably what I'll do. But I think, for the most part, I don't normally sell things. Now, if I continue to do YouTube, I'm probably going to wind up giving quite a few of my journals away. You know, just give them to subscribers, because I do use, you know, my journals, but you can only use so many. And I've gotten to where I can make them pretty quickly now. Well, you know, as quick as you can make a journal, but I've got it down. Let's just put it that way. Okay, I'm going to glue that in there and then cut these little corners off later. I want that to look like it's, you know, birds going out a window. And then I'm going to put that on there. I'm obviously put something behind there, which I have yet to decide, but that will come to me. So anyway, that's my thing of selling them, and I don't have anything against anybody selling their stuff. I am totally for that. But I'm coming from the standpoint where I did this before and I just got burnt out, and I like to do crafting, you know, for fun, and it just got to be a job. And I just retired a little over a year ago from my full-time job in banking. It was pretty intense, and I you know, I just want to be able to enjoy this time and not have to worry about, you know, cranking out journals. And the YouTube thing for me is really just a way to address the people that have asked me, you know, how to do things. And if it turns into something more, then that's a bonus. But if it doesn't, I'm okay with, you know, 5 people watching my video. It's all right with me, because if it helps those 5 people, then it helps those 5 people. You know, that's just how I look at it. I have no big aspirations, and whatever comes, comes. So, but I hope that I am adding some value for people. So, you know, you just never know. I did put the glue on the back of that. Not really sure why. Okay, because I need to cut this down a little bit here and here. So anyway, I don't normally sell stuff just because I just kind of don't want to get in that whole, you know, trying to you know, make things and, you know, feeling like I'm producing it to sell. Like I said, I'll probably, you know, I'll sell some when I start getting too many. You know, and like I said, I do keep them for, you know, for tutorials that I do, you know, because I have groups of, you know, like anywhere from 8 to 10 people, and we have a meeting place. Sometimes we do it at my house, simply because I figured out that I end up having to load all this stuff up. It's like going to a scrapbooking crop or something, and I'm loading all this stuff up and bringing out all this stuff, and oh my gosh, it's such a ordeal. That's another reason why I decided to do YouTube, is that for those people that are out there that wanted me to do the classes, that way I have all my stuff right next to me, and I'm not, you know, having to lug it all around. And you know, and truthfully too, this kind of junk journal thing, you're using so many different elements and so many different things that if you really want to see my process, this is it. I mean, I pull from all, I mean, like, I'll pull out things I think I'm going to use, but ultimately there's stuff all over my room. And believe it or not, I really kind of do. It is rather organized. I did have a friend that came, and I have my tables big enough that if I clear off room, which it does take a little bit, you know, a couple people can work on it. And as it's not a big room either. It's like 10 by 11, or now maybe it's probably 11 by 11 or whatever, but it is packed full of stuff. And, you know, she remarked halfway through, she said, you know, I noticed you really do know where everything is. You'd stop and go, oh, wait, you know, let's use this, or let's use that. And I really do kind of know. And that's part of my process. So if I am having to lug things with me, you know, that part of how I do things is not, you know, it's not available to me really, because I don't have all my stuff with me, and I can't cart all my stuff. I can just cart what I think I'm going to use, and that's kind of how, you know, that's not really how I do it. So I'm going to put that there, get some of that glue off. And I kind of dingied up that gold because it was a bit much, but I still want something. I don't know if I want something. I cannot make up my mind. Y'all need to help me. Let me think. Maybe some music paper. Let's try that. You know, I just don't ever know what I'm going to do, as you can tell watching. And I'll think of something and I have to get up and go get it, and well, that's doing absolutely nothing for me. Let me see what else I can think of. Let me see. What other things? Let me try this and do it. This paper, I love it, but it's so old. It's really only good for this because you can't obviously use it. I think this book was from like 1920 something, and I just love the color of it. Oh, I just love it, but it is very crumbly, so you can really only kind of glue it on things and use it that way. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. Just make it smaller. I mean, it is crumbly. I like the font. I just like it. Okay. Yeah, I think I kind of like that because that is going to pick up the color there and go like that. Yep. Yep. That works for me. That's going to work. Okay. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and ink around the sides. Not necessarily to make it look old, because it kind of already does, but just to kind of highlight it a little bit. All right, let's see here. So I do hope that some people are getting some value, and these craft along with me, this is just basically just to kind of show the people that have asked me, how do you come up with that, or how do you come up with your ideas, or you know, this is the process. Now, as far as coming up with the ideas, I watch a lot of other YouTubers out there, and I watch what they do, and like I said, I don't think I directly copy exactly what they're doing, but I will come up with ideas and tweak it, and usually it's not something that I come up with just watching one person. If it's something that I've watched one person and I've come up with it, I definitely will give that person a shout out. But usually it's just a combination of watching a lot of different people over, you know, a long period of time, because stuff just, you know, it'll come to you and you'll go, wait, what if I do that? Or, you know, what if I do this? Or what if I add this? Or, And then, a lot of it too is if you've done scrapbooking, if you've done mini albums, if you've done all that, it's kind of a junk journaling take on incorporating some of that, which that's what I think I like about junk journaling is it just, oh my gosh, it just allows you to do, all those different things, that we accumulated all this stuff through the years and at least I did. But I know a lot of other people have too. And let's get real. A lot of things are being digitized now. So a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually think that's a smart thing to do. As my middle son told me once when I showed him a baby album that I did and I had worked on forever. He said, you can digitize that. And I went, yeah, but, okay. So, if you love working with paper and you love that art form, if you love art journaling, collaging, decoupaging, all of that, embossing, oh my gosh, there's just so many different things that you can do. And I really think that's why junk journaling is just catching fire. I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's becoming more and more popular after you explain to people what the heck it is, and that was part of some of my first few videos, is I was trying to show ways that you can use it. But as I said in one of my videos, so what if you don't have a use for it? It's art, it's your art. If it just sits in a drawer, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with that. Not at all. Not at all. That's why I don't worry about selling it. I don't worry about if other people like it. And I don't worry about if I'm doing it the same way somebody else is doing it. And I think that's why I just love it. I remember once when I was doing mini albums, I can't believe, I probably watched a video, I'm not kidding, 20 times to try and get it, exactly right and do it exactly the way that they were doing it. And it just ended up not being fun. It was just so stressful. All the measuring and all the getting this that way. It was just, and there was an exact formula, obviously to doing this. And you just felt like a failure if you couldn't do that. So anyway, that was kind of my thing. I like that. All right, cool. So I was going to put a tag that we already made in there. This is where I use my larger ones. So I don't know. I think that looks pretty good. So we can put that in our page. But, it was just, to me, it was stressful. It may not have been stressful for other people, but it was for me. And when I don't even remember when it's been about a year and a half that I started doing junk journaling, and I saw it and I went, wow. And I had seen people do junk journals before, but I hadn't really paid attention and wasn't really intensely watching. Now I can't remember what page I was going to put that on, this page. And excuse me, I thought, I'm going to give that a try. And I literally started doing it, locked myself in my craft room, and I just went crazy. And I can't even tell you, I probably did about 8 journals, and I have no idea how much ephemera. It was a crazy amount, and for no specific reason, for no reason at all, just to do it, and not, all different kinds, all different kinds. I went from one, to shabby, to nature, to just eclectic, to it just all kinds. And I probably spent 3 months just doing all kinds of stuff and had a blast doing it. And at the time, you know, I had just retired, and trust me, that's what I wanted to do, don't get me wrong. But, you know, when you've been working and, you know, and I was a stay-at-home mom for a lot of years, don't get me wrong, but when my kids got old enough to start going to college, I went back to work and, you know, wanted to try and help them and get through college, help my husband. And I did do that, and I loved it because you know, I was either a manager or a personal banker, and I love working with people and love helping them, and not crazy about all the selling, but not that I wasn't good at it. I just don't like to be pushy. But anyway, I did that, and so when I retired, I missed the people. I just missed the interaction and all that. So I started getting involved in volunteering and doing that, and I mean, that was okay, but I just didn't feel fulfilled. And plus my kids, you know, my youngest was still in college, but my other two have graduated and had gone off and started their careers and lives and girlfriends and all that. So, you know, I wasn't having to do the mom thing very much. So anyway, as I'm blabbing on about what I don't know, the junk journaling, it just spoke to me. It just really did, and it filled that void. And I've always been creative, and I've always loved doing this kind of stuff. But boy, I'll tell you, I absolutely love it. And that's part of the reason I don't sell things. I don't want to get burnt out because I love it. Anyway, this is the tag I was thinking about putting in there. This is one of them that we had made. So I'm going to put that in there. And I like it to just peek out the top like that. So anyway, I think that looks kind of cool. You know, I'm a little prejudiced, I'll have to say, but we are going to do one of those, but probably not today. What other thing? Okay, this was something I wanted to do. I was going to make a little tuck for right here. This is something different. I like how this looks underneath here, and I thought that went well with it. But I wanted to put something in there stiffer to kind of hold that in. And I'm probably going to back that up. And then, you know, of course, I won't be able to just leave it alone. But then that way, I think, I don't know, maybe put a guest check in there or something, or that's what I think I was going to do. Of course, that could change. So let's do this part first. Anyway, you know, I hope that this, you know, I hope y'all love doing this as much as I do. And, you know, the one thing I would tell you is just do not stress out whether you're doing it the right way or the wrong way. I'm on several Facebook groups, and I kind of see people asking questions like that, and it just makes me want to cringe, because I think the whole point is, you know, to do it however you want to do it, you know, and there really are no mistakes that you're going to make. I mean, you're going to be able to fix just about anything. So I don't know. I just think whoever started this whole thing, and I know it's been quite a few years, they're just a genius. So I need to back this with something, because it's just, to me, too flimsy. I mean, it's pretty thick, but what do I have that I can use? I wonder if this might be cool. Although, you know, you're not going to see it, so. Do I have something thicker I can put it on? Oh yeah, how about this? How about this? This is from that, when I did the envelope journals at the RSVP cards. See, you're supposed to, on that set I got for $2.99 and $1.99, you know, it has all the invitations. This is where it comes with a code for a program, you know, to download, and then you print your invitations. Actually, I think when I got them, one of my nieces was going to get married, and you know, she needed to do it on a budget like most people do, and I had found those at Hobby Lobby, and I just went ahead and picked them up because for $1.99, you know. And anyway, they decided to elope after she started looking into all the cost, and you know, her mom, you know, single mom, couldn't really afford to contribute that much, so they were going to have to do most of it on their own. Of course, I was going to help her where I could, but anyway, long story short, she decided that she wasn't going to use them. And the other day, I was sitting there thinking, because one of my friends said, I don't want to sew my first journal. I want it to be easy. And so that's how I came up with my envelope journal, and then my travel journal. Now, my travel journal, I was watching Tina with Shabby Debbie Doodah, and she had taken old pages, you know, pages of different, you know, papers that she had, and was using those to make pages in a ring binding. And I thought, you know, I have so much that it's really sad. But I thought, well, you know, that would be a good way to use up some of my stuff, and then also come up with an alternative for my friends that said they didn't want to do the sewing. Although I do think if you're going to get into junk journaling, just, you know, go for it. It's only paper, and if it doesn't turn out, you can probably salvage most of, you know, what you did. In fact, I think my very first junk journal, oh my gosh, the signatures were so lopsided and so horrible when I put them in there. But, you know, I just ripped them out, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I started doing more, and I went, wow, this is really bad. But you know, later I just ripped them out, and I had filled it up and with all kinds of ephemera and stuff, and I just ripped it all apart and took the pieces and used them somewhere else, and, you know, I salvaged them. And that's why I think it's such a great little genre to do this stuff. So you can really have a good time. There's a little thing in there. We got to pop that out. Let me get something to pop it out with. I did not realize these are just some little, I think these are Tim Holtz cutouts that I had, and I like it because it's kind of stiff, and I'm going to use this to put on top. So I'm telling you, I use this little brush all the time, you know, just to get the edges, because it's really hard to do that with the dauber thing. I mean, you can do it, but it's kind of hard. Anyway, all right, so I think I'm going to put that there. I think she needs to be a little messed up a little bit. Not too much, but a little. All right, and it needs something else. That's just too plain. I don't know what. You know me and my door, that's going to cover her head. Let us see. Yeah, maybe that will work. See, this is what I do. This is what I do, guys. And this is this laying from the other piece, so, you know. But I think this is the part that I like the best. I probably enjoy doing this stuff more than anything else. So I used to hate, you know, getting my papers and, you know, sewing in my signatures and all that. And now I've gotten, you know, I'm not going to say I'm great at it, but better at it. So that's not so painful anymore. But it's still not as fun as the decorating part. That's the part I just love, 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 love it. So, okay, make sure that we'll be able to see that. Otherwise, what is the point, right? a lot of times I do things and I swear I cover up everything that I already did. So, okay, and then this down here. Do we want something down there? Oh, and I talk to myself when I'm doing it, so if y'all watch me for any length of time, you're going to just have to get used to that. I think I'm going to put that underneath. Yeah, I'm going to put that underneath, hanging down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to quit trying to talk to him. I'm going to put that up there. So, let me do this here. So anyway, I hope that at least some people are getting some value out of it. And I do realize that people that have done a lot of junk journaling, that there's nothing earth-shattering here that you're seeing, and maybe you just want to hang out. I know I love turning on YouTube and doing craft. I just love doing craft along with me with different people, and you know, I'll look up and watch what they're doing, but for the most part I'm kind of doing my own thing. But I just love, you know, having that person. It's like having a friend in the craft room with you, you know. So I hope that we can become friends and you can hang out with me and craft with me. Maybe a few people will learn a few things, and I'll try and explain what I'm doing. And I know that may seem kind of redundant to some people, but please try and understand that I'm doing it for the benefit of the people that have not done junk journaling, and I'm trying to come at it from a standpoint of how I felt, you know, and the things that even though I had done scrapbooking, and even though I had done, you know, mini albums and whatever, there was still a learning curve, and you know, maybe you can learn from my mistakes. Okay, that is like very crooked. Ugh. Why, oh why? That doily's not on there too good, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go down a little bit lower. It's not going to work. Okay. Okay, that's not going to... I put that doily on way wrong. It should have gone down more over here, but we're going to work with what we got, so... Yep, I think that'll work right there. Maybe up, see... I'm going to have to cut out that little tiny corner, although I doubt anybody is going to notice, but I'll know. There we go. So now you can't see it. All right. Then we're going to put this on the back, like right here, I think. Like that, right? I'm always putting this stuff on backwards. Although, again, I don't doubt that anybody will notice. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But I'm going to use this. But anyway, getting back to the junk journaling and why I think it's so great is that you do get to use all of that stuff that you accumulated. Hopefully you haven't gotten rid of it. Get it all out. I mean, just get it all out and start playing. And that is very crooked, so we're going to move that up. Let me see, move that down. Let's see if that will work. It's all coming off because my fingers are super sticky right now. Okay, I think I like that. It's going to keep sticking down. And I'm going to kind of cut a little bit right here. And then a little on this side. And that's another thing, you know, I had said that I get that rubbing alcohol from the dollar store. I spray down my scissors and stuff and get all the glue and gunk off of it with that too. You know, I clean off my glass mat that I usually use, because I usually use that when I'm not filming because I really love it, but when I'm filming it does have a lot of glare, so I could not figure out how in the world I was going to deal with that. So, okay. Well, I probably didn't put that doily on the way I wanted, but I doubt anyone's going to notice. All right, where did my page go? Here we go. So I'm going to put that in. It's way in the back here. What did we do? No, it's over here somewhere. I should have probably at least put something. I gotta do better about marking my pages. I'm terrible at that. I'll get so frustrated because I'll be like, well, no, wait a minute. Where was I? I spend so much time doing that. Okay, I don't really want it to stick out the top. So I think I'm just going to put it like about right here. And I'm going to glue this top part down so that you can tuck something underneath there. So, got a lot of glue coming out the top. Anyway, so I hope people that are new to junk journaling just give it a try and don't stress out about doing it a right way or a wrong way or, you know, this person's way or I don't know. Because I think that kind of will defeat the purpose. Okay. Hope this works. Maybe I should just see my head's tilted, so I'm putting everything in crooked. So I could watch that. It's way more crooked than I thought, so but that's okay. It'll work. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm getting more glue than I want to over there. Okay. Yeah, see this Tim Holtz little die cut is it's very thick, so to hold that down for a second. Piece of glue right there, get that off. Alright, I think we're down. So then, this may be too big for here. Oh, it just fits. Look at that. Look, it's almost like I planned it, isn't it? Okay, so let's see what we're doing on time. Let's see. I think I'm trying to think if I think I'm going to do this page and then I'll come back and decorate that later. But I'm going to keep that there so I know. I will have to say this though. Be careful when you put stuff in things because I have and then they get glued in there. This, I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this in the middle of the page and just kind of make it kind of, well, no, then that won't work. Just talking to myself, folks. That's how I work on this stuff. You know what? That's just not going to work for what I was going to do. I was going to make this just like a little flip thing. But, yeah, that's not going to work. It would have to be like a tuck. But I could do a little tuck. Well, then I have two tucks next to each other. See, that's what I try not to do. I try not to, let's just go to a different page because that's kind of messing with my head right now. So, how about we do this paper bag right here? We'll just do that. This is just a really small paper craft bag, and I got a package of these, I think at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. Not positive, but you can get these. And they're really cute too. Oh, excuse me, people, to add little elements on there. And I think what I'm going to do on this is not do anything really, you know, fancy, but I'm going to go ahead and just take this bag. I like how it looks. This is that, you know, that paper, the Declaration of Independence. I love the feel of this, but you can't really do anything on this page. So I do want to put something on there. So I think what I'm going to do, because that's just the right size. See, then if you flip that up, then you can journal underneath that. So that makes this kind of a useful page, and then I'll be able to put a tag in there. So I am going to do that. And you know, I'm going to try and put something over here. I'll put my other scissors there, so that way I don't lose my spot. Y'all don't have to watch me fumbling through that. So I think I'm going to take that and try and decorate this right up here and make it like a flip. And so let's see what I have. We have a little piece of lace, and then maybe another. Let me get something different. I feel like I'm using the same thing too much. Okay, maybe something like this. That would be cool. I wonder if that would be too much. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. All right. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. Hang in there. I'll get you all caught up. Okay, so I think I'm going to use that. And probably glue it to where the lace goes up to the top. You know, so I'll glue that on, glue these little things on, and then it'll flip up. Okay, so this is how I'm doing it. I'm going to glue this here, and then I'm going to glue this to the back. So let's do that. And what this is, these are just little things I got off the Graphics Fairy, and then I copied them on tracing paper in my copier, and you know, cut them out. And I do that just in different spots, just because I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool and it helps fill up a blank page. So let me see, I'm going to try and go up to the top of that, I think. And I'm not placing it on each side. I usually, you know, wait till later to cut pieces. So, because usually what happens for me is if I try and cut something to fit, somehow I end up wasting more because I don't, you know, I don't cut it right. So, okay. And then this part, I'm going to put directly on the page. Let me see if I like where that's going to fall. Yep. Is that even? Pretty even. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I would like it reasonably, you know, straight across. See, that's going to go there. And then I'm going to put some glue here, and then that will flip up. So that's how I'm going to do it. So anyway, guys, I hope that you are having some time to craft, because I do think that's important. As I said before, crafting is my form of therapy, especially when I'm working through things. And I saw some people, oh my gosh, going through some tough stuff on some Facebook groups that I'm on for journaling, and you know, they were talking about how much it just helps them. And I can say personally, not that I've gone through anything that horrible, but it just saves me. So when I get stressed about things or overwhelmed, or, you know, I'm not going to lie, a little lonely. I miss, you know, my being around my kids all the time, even though I remember a time when I couldn't wait for them to be gone. But you know, those of us my age know that is a tough time, the empty nest thing. You know, and so I just go in my craft room and start crafting, and I'll turn somebody on and we'll craft together. And that to me is just, oh, I don't know. It's just great. It's just great. That's why I said I could be up here all the time. I have to really, really force myself to do other things sometimes, but, you know, I love it and I think it's a great thing, and I want people to, you know, especially the people that are concerned about the cost or anything. You don't have to have all the tools. You don't, I don't know. I think, who was it? It might have been Tina and Shabby Debbie Doodah if you go out there and look through her playlist. But I think she did a thing on your absolutely, you know, tools that you have to have. And they were not a lot. So if you really want to know what you absolutely have to have, I think that was a really good video. You know, after that, everything else is gravy. So, okay, so that is probably all I'm going to do to that. I don't know. I could change my mind. Just seems like they need something. Right? Right? I know y'all are going, leave it alone. But maybe just a little bit of this. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Maybe just a little of that. Just a little. Right? Because it's just... But make sure I don't glue that part down, though. Well, where am I putting this? Am I putting it here? Yeah, I can't glue that down or it won't flip. It has to kind of go up there. Ooh, it's leaking. Okay, well, that kind of made the decision for me. All right, we'll just do that. Ooh. I'm telling you, this stuff makes a mess. Okay, so we're going to just do that. How about that? It needed a little something. Ugh. When your hands get sticky with this stuff, everything sticks to them. All right, so let's just get our page. And, oops, I got everything falling on me. And I put my scissors in there, so yay, see? Probably saved about 5 minutes of searching. And I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to put it kind of lower because I'm going to put a tag in there. I'm not sure which one yet. Now on this, I glue this part down right here, and then I put glue on the back. So this part will get glued down. And then I'll glue all the way across here. Now you could, you know what? You could leave it open in here. I think I won't, but you could leave the back open, and then you could have a double tuck back there. And we could have done that on the other one too, but I don't know. I just have a feeling this journal is going to get very bulky. So let me see. Put that in there straight, which is, I put so many things in crooked because I don't know if I just tilt my head or do whatever, but put that down. My hands are sticky. And that's another thing, when you do this stuff, be careful closing your book and everything, because you'll have things stuck together. Ugh, I've done that so many times. Alrighty. I'm not sure I'm going to put this tag in here, but I think it could go in here. It's right about the right size. And then what I do on this is I take these sides right here and I glue them together, because I don't really like that big gap in there, or that big, you know, because you're not really in your junk journal going to fill it up that much. I have this little pin in my mouth, so that's why I'm mumbling. I do that a lot, and I have to remember that I'm talking to all of you. So it's going to be a learning curve in this, guys. Hope you hang in there with me. Okay, so I do glue the sides because I don't like it to pop out. And then I will take this, if I can get this down low enough so you can see it. Take this. Oh, come on. It's not dry all the way, so it's kind of moving around. But there is our tag. Isn't that cute? And then look, see? That flips up. And then you have all that space that you can journal, but it's still kind of decorative. And you've got this writing and this writing. I think that the two, you know, balancing each other out with your tag. Isn't that cute? Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. And I do want to thank you for popping in and hanging out with me. And if you've got some value out of this, I hope you like and subscribe so I know whether I should keep doing this or not. And I hope you guys have a great day and have some time to fit in some crafting. And you know, just enjoy the process, sit back and relax. And remember, there are no junk journal police that I know of. So have a good day, y'all.